Okay, we're ready to rock and roll with part 2. So we have this foldable down, and we're going to learn the names and the functions of all these angles. So we're going to start with the first one up here, same side interior. Now, what you should notice is this is a little different. They have given us a different picture, and I like doing this so that we can see all the ways that it can be presented to us. So now A is giving us in a different orientation. So now we have our transversal that is horizontal and not almost vertical. Our parallel lines are almost vertical and not horizontal. So this is a parallel line. This is a parallel line. So we've got our parallels up there. Notice we have this new little symbol right here. When you see this arrow on the lines, it's telling you, hey, those two lines are parallel. So we've got a new symbol that we need to keep up with. So if we go around and we do our protractor like we did last time, and I'm just going to make this easy, that's about 115. So alternate angles, vertical angles are congruent, so that's going to give 65 there. And just for time of this video, I'm just going to go in, instead of measuring all these angles, I'm just going to put these measures down. If you take your protractor and measure, you will probably come up with these same measures all the way around. So we have an interior. And what that is the inside, interior, the inside of the parallel lines. Where we have the exterior, which is the outside of the parallel lines. So we got to keep inside and outside of the parallel lines. And then we have same side versus alternating sides. And alternating could be almost like opposite sides. So when we talk about these angles, keep those in mind. So we have same side interior. So I know it's just going to be those in there. That's it. That's all I get to see. Those angles in there. So it's going to be on the same side of the parallel line and on the inside. Same side of the parallel line. So if I have same side interior angles or interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So it's telling me these are supplementary. I have angle 2 and angle 3 as an example. So angle 2 plus angle 3, and these would be measures. I just don't have room to write that M in there. The measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3, we'll write a little. Okay, so we'll substitute those in. So we have 65 degrees plus 115 degrees equals 180 degrees. Notice they're on the same side of the transversal, inside. Next, we have same side exterior. So none of the middle gets to go, just the outsides get to go. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at 1 and 4. So I have angle 1 and angle 4. And if we look at that, 115 plus 65 is supplementary. But I also have angle 5 and angle 8. Whereas in the same side interior, we also have angle 6 and angle 7. Give us all our pairs. Okay, next we're going to alternate interior. So we know that we're going to just look at the inside angles, and we're going to alternate the sides of the transversal. So that's going to be 2 and 7. And then I have angle 6 and angle 3. And since we've written the measures down, we know that those are congruent. And so we've got a little sign up here that says, hey, those are congruent. You're going to have to keep up with which ones are supplements, which ones are congruent. That way you can know how to set up and solve problems in just a little bit. Okay, next one's alternate exterior angles. They're non-adjacent angles. They lie on the outside. So that's going to be our angle 5 and 4. And opposite sides of our transversal to get that alternate in there. So we have angle 5 and angle 4. And we also have angle 1 and angle 8. Okay, going to corresponding angles. Corresponding angles have the same positions or the same spot on the parallel line same spot on the parallel line, but different. Same spot on the transversal, but different parallel line. That's better to say it. Okay, so a corresponding angle, and these can be inside or outside. Angle 1 is on the left of this parallel line M. Angle 3 is on the left of the parallel line N. They are both on top of the transversal, so they are corresponding angles and they're congruent. We can look and see that they both have measures of 115. So that's angle 1 and angle 3. We also have 2 and 4. They're to the right sides of the parallel lines. And then we can go down in the bottom and we have 5 and 7. And then we also have angle 6 and angle 8. All of those are corresponding angles. They correspond to the same spot, different parallel line. Okay, vertical angles. There's your bell. Go to your next class. Okay, vertical angles are two non-adjacent angles formed by intersecting lines. We've spoken about these earlier, and so check for those. We have angle 1 and angle 6 are vertical angles, angle 5 and angle 2, angle 3 and angle 8, and angle 7 and angle 4. And all those are vertical. Okay, a linear pair. Oh, yay, nothing new on these two. Linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. So we can go up here and find all our linear pairs, which are supplementary. So we have angle 1 and angle 2, angle 5 and angle 6. But we also have angle 1 and angle 5. And we have angle 6 and angle 2. And we could go to the other side of the other parallel line and do the same there. So there's a whole bunch of linear pairs. No relationship is formed between the two angles. So if I sit there and look, I don't see a big relationship between angle 5 and angle 3. I just don't get a big relationship. I do see they're supplementary, but there's not anything big that's going to help me out here. Okay, so we're going to fold this up, and we'll have all of our definitions there for us. You're going to have to learn those definitions. And then we're going to go to our last little piece. And everything in here, other than the one that we're going to do, is homework. We're going to put some algebra with our geometry. So we look and see down on number 6, we have some new symbols. That is red. Line L is parallel to line M. We're going to go up here and we're actually going to do one. And so we see the arrows on the line, so they're telling me those lines are parallel in a different way. So we're talking about these two angles. So I have parallel lines. I have the transversal. And I have to figure out what kind of angles these are. So they're on alternate sides of the transversal or opposite sides of the transversal. They're inside, so this would be alternate interior angles. Then I'm going to go to my foldable and see what does that tell me. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So we look at alternate interior angles, they are congruent. And then you can check and see. Okay, so that tells me how to set this up. So we have learned that if pieces of geometry are congruent, measures are equal. So we have 3x plus 20 equals 7x We're going to solve for x. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So we get 20 is equal to 4x. Divide by 4. We get x is equal to 5. I'd like you to take this a step farther. Substitute in and tell me what the angles are. So you can just put equal signs up here and do that. 7 times 5 is 35 degrees. And 3 times 5 is 15 plus 20 is 35 degrees. So we truly do see that these angles are congruent. Okay, finish this one and upload this one. Remember, we are not doing the angle relationship yet. We're not going to do it this week. So just hang on to that. Y'all have a good day. Bye.